Welcome back to Civil Conclave presentations. Today we are going to discuss about project planning process, for which the standard operating procedure. The contents of this presentation: planning, pre-start schedule, pre-start budget, monthly program, weekly program, daily program, progress monitoring and reporting, internal review of schedule and the budget. Planning. So planning sequences has been like this. We'll mention these things. Okay, monthly program, then it comes weekly program, daily program, progress monitoring and reporting. Pre-start schedule and pre-start budget. Creation of the pre-start schedule and present budget. Preparing monthly, weekly and daily programs. Preparing monthly program for the master construction program. Progress monitoring and reporting. Monitoring of physical progress and generating reports for submitting to the client and for internal information. Tender schedule and budget handed over to project management cell at HO. Tender schedule and budget of the awarded project should be handed over to the project monitoring cell, whether it is in the site or an HO or a branch office. Pre-start schedule and budget. Okay, collect the tender schedule, handed over to the PNC cell. Pre-start, creating a project from the bid. Pre-start budget. Okay, then pre-start schedule sent to the client. Internal schedule, verify with the tender data, hand over to the execution team. Okay, this is the sequence of the pre-start schedule and pre-start budgeting. Creating a project from a bid. Once the project is awarded, the data from the tendering module shall be dropped down in the planning module and a project shall be created. One shall have the same bid data as the basis for a planning, the things for actual planning of the execution of the project. Performed by a technical member of the project monitoring cell team who is in charge of that particular project in the IDO. Pre-start schedule. From the tender schedule, pre-project schedule shall be prepared, making necessary changes if it is necessary to the assumption that were considered during tender. These changes may be due to a considerable time of time elapsed between bidding and the award of the tender. The change in the schedule may also be due to change in the priorities by the client. It is always advisable to discuss the flow of activities of the execution with the client before preparing a schedule. Addition and identification of certain items, tasks, activities, which is inclusive of billable and non-billable, after bidding. Benefit of planning the things inside is that resource planning can be done simultaneously. Pre-start schedule has to be approved by the client, which has to be treated as a master program. Schedule shall be prepared in the MS Project or MS Excel as per the convenience of the client and the site. Sent to the client. The pre-start schedule shall be sent to the client for approval. If there are any changes, they are made according to the time is scheduled time freeze. The schedule is being resubmitted to the client for an approval. Pre-start budget. From the tender budget, pre-start budget shall be prepared, making necessary changes, if any, to the assumption that were considered during tendering. This shall be done at site. These changes may be due to concern of time elapsed between award and winning of the tender. Changes in the prices of certain resources such as material, labor, etc. Addition and identification of certain items, tax activities, etc. Pre-start budget is prepared by the project planning engineer under the guidelines of the project manager. Internal schedule and budget. Based on the schedule submitted to the client, internal schedule shall be prepared and internal target to be laid down for the project team. This shall be done by the project manager with the help of the project planning engineer. Budgets has to be altered for the changes suggested by the client in the schedule and revised correspondingly. Verify with the tender data. The present schedule and the pre-start budget shall be cross-verified with the tender budget and the tender schedule. There shall be a joint verification with the tendering team, PMC, planning department at the projects, project manager, senior coordinator, wherein both the schedule and the budget should be cross-verified. The important reasons for variation shall be noted down and should be taken care in preparing schedule for the future projects. Minutes of the meetings has to be recorded and sent to the HO. Pre-start schedule and budget shall be finalized and approved by all. Hand over to the execution planning team. The finalized pre-start schedule and pre-start budget should be handed over to the project manager and his team for the micro level planning. Internal schedule and internal budget. Internal schedule and internal budget shall be prepared from the pre-start budget and approved by the project pre-start schedule. Milestones committed to the client should be observed while preparing the internal schedule. Internal budget shall be prepared on the pre-start budget so to do more savings. Pre-start schedule. Pre-start schedule shall be prepared before actual start of the project. Tender schedule to be considered as the baseline for a sale. Pre-start schedule to be sent to the client for his approval. Tender schedule and budget handed out to the project monitoring cell at HO, branch and site. Tender schedule and budget of the awarded project shall be handed over to the project monitoring cell at HO or a planning department at the branch office at the project. Monthly program. Monthly work plan. Send resources to the procurement. Then you prepare a weekly schedule. Monthly program. Program for each month. Budget required for the same and the revenue which shall be generated to be prepared from the master construction program. Availability of resources in practice at site should be considered while doing the monthly planning. Thus, activities in the master construction program which have broad description shall be broken down to job specific activities which should be done on that particular month. Thus, at this level, we have activities that shall be carried out on each month and resources required for the same. This shall be done in the site in accordance with the monthly work plan model and shall be available with the project monitoring cell as well as the project manager. It shall be prepared by the project planning engineer, which is to be approved by the project manager. The work that is not possible to complete in a month should be carried out to the following month, and correspondingly the schedule for the following month should be revised. The exercise has to be carried out on every month basis. Viewing rights of the monthly work plan can be given to site in charge, engineer, depending upon the decision of the management, so that they knows the target. Send resources requirement to the procurement. The resources requirement that is generated while doing the planning shall be given to the procurement department so that they can get an idea of what are the materials has been required, on which date, everything. This shall be applicable mainly for the core items. Monthly work plan. Monthly work plan has to be prepared and updated at site. It is based on the master construction program. It has the information of the work planned and executed for the previous month and work plan divided for the rest of the project duration. It serves the purpose of both progress report as well as the forecast report. Weekly program to the client. scheme of work, approval of scheme of work, and the daily programs. Weekly program, fixing weekly target from the decided monthly target and preparing a weekly program. Weekly program to be discussed internally on every week meeting and targets to be given to the engineers. Sending weekly program to the client. Weekly program has to be sent to the client as it forms the basis of the weekly meetings held for the progress review along with the client. Weekly program shall be the part of the weekly report that should be sent to the client every week. This shall be sent to the client if the client required. These things has to be prepared by the planning engineer and approved by the project manager. Scheme of work, that means steps for execution. Prepare a scheme of work to be executed at site. It might be periodic or activity based or both. This shall be prepared by the planning engineer in consultation with the site engineer and the project manager. Internal approval to be given by the project manager. The benefit of having the scheme of work in place, that if a person leaves the project in between, the new person is coming, he can pick up the things immediately even if the formal handover is not being done, as the work will be executed as per the scheme of work and a new person also have to carry forward the same. Approval of scheme of work. Internal approval to be given by the project manager. It shall be submitted to the client if the client requested. Weekly program and schedule of work shall be given to the site engineer for the implementation. Daily program. Preparing a daily program, resources planning, recording program, DPR to the client and internal DPR. Preparing daily program. From a weekly program, the daily program, that is the daily works to be executed, shall be planned by the site engineer in consultation with the project manager. Resource planning. Resources required for the next day's work shall be ensured on the previous day itself so that there won't be delay in the execution. If anything is not received, it should be reported in site progress report so that proper action can be taken, which will avoid hampering of the progress. Recording progress. Progress of the work done on a particular day shall be recorded. This shall be recorded in a format by a site engineer. These formats would be internal formats. This format shall be as a project specific. These formats shall be submitted by the site engineer every evening when the site is closed. It will include the day progress and the next day plan. Planning engineer would compile the information into a daily single progress report, which should be sent to the client as well as to the HO. Daily progress report shall have to have the columns of problem faced and the hindrances in the progress of the progress monitoring and reporting. Progress monitoring and daily progress report, MIS. Internal review, schedule of the budget. Daily progress report, weekly progress report, monthly progress report and monthly progress report. Progress monitoring and reporting. Project-wise progress monitoring is done on a periodic basis through various reports. Daily progress reports. Information from daily progress reports from the site engineer shall be compiled into a single format by the planning engineer. This report shall be sent to the client. The internal format shall have all the information required. Internally, out of that, things asked by the client should be reported to client daily. Weekly progress review meeting. Internal weekly review meeting has to be held at every project, which shall be chaired by the project manager and attended by the site engineer. In weekly review meeting, performance of the previous week shall be reviewed, in which responsibility shall be allocated to the people for non-performance, and also people shall be identified to achieve or exceed the performances. Project manager shall communicate to staff and plan the performance objective for the current week. Also, issues and the problems from the site personnel has to be recorded, discussed to decide the action to be taken. Minutes of meetings should be prepared and sent to the HO. It will be a part of the weekly progress report. Monthly progress report. Monthly progress report shall be sent to the client. For regular monitoring purpose, monthly progress monitoring shall be done through monthly work plan at site. It has to be have the total BOQ quantity, plan for the previous month, achieved on that month, plan for the next month, cumulative progress, etc. This has to be updated by the planning engineer at the end of every month. Reports shall be visible to the personnel in the HO also. MIS, that is a Management Information System. Reports required for MIS at HO shall be sent from the site. It would consist the following reports: project name, salient feature, project vital data, project data, control estimate, labor strength, labor statement, major machinery, staff strength, revenue achieved, revenue projection, outstanding dues, safety record, reconciliation statement, quality record, project rating as per the project manager, areas of concern, physical progress photographs, contractual appreciation document, concept of the monthly cost closure, subcontractor billing, vendor billing, progress, validation, etc. is done at all the data of cost, and revenue would be available for the people at HO for monitoring. This is simple internal review of schedule meeting, revision of schedule, review of schedule and budget, revise schedule and budget. Internal review and revision of schedule and budget. Schedule and plan for the project and the budget prepared in the beginning of the project shall be reviewed periodically. Duration may be desired by the management. Review of schedule of budget. Review of schedule and budget shall be done monthly. It will be the part of the MIS. This should tell us the status of the project, planned versus actual in terms of duration and cost. Review of schedule shall be done of the internal schedule as well as the pre-start schedule submitted to the client. Review and comparison of the budget shall be available through the site documents. Revision of schedule. The schedules submitted to the client shall be revised quarterly as per the demand by the client or as per the progress. Internal schedule to be revised monthly, and it should be updated in a monthly work plan at site. Budget of the project shall be revised quarterly. To purchase department. After revising the schedule and budget, variation in the quantities and the dates and the material requirement has to be informed to the purchase department. Weekly planning report. So this is the method of preparing a weekly monitoring report. See, it will have a description, BOQ quantity, unit, rate, target set for the week, achieved quantity for the week, variation, etc. etc. Weekly program. Weekly program will consist of activity description, location, unit, total quantity, percentage of total work, actual percentage completion of the work, quantity executed up to last month, balance quantity, quantity planned for this month. If there is any hindrances, has to be mentioned. Then DPR sent to the client, which consists of activity description, location, quantity, percentage of total work, quantity executed up to the month, for today what we are having and what we are planned for the next day. If there is any hindrances, as to be mentioned. Daily planner for a total execution of various activities, which should be consist of concreting, shuttering, reinforcement, de-shuttering, masonry, repairing, and everything. Revise schedule and the budget. That means activity description, unit, total quantity, planned what is that, actual what is that, status, and the remark. Hindrances has to be identified. Salient feature. It should consist of contract value, contract period, project start date, revised contract period, revised project end date, scope of work, approximate area of construction, any other special scope of work. Then project vital data. What is consist of contractual date, completion, location of the project, who is the architect, architect representative, PMC, who is that, and all these data has to be mentioned here. Then project data. The project data, what we say, running bill number, balance mobilization amount, bank guarantee, billing, billed up to date, etc., etc. All this detail has to be. Then we had a control estimate, which will consist of what will be the budget, budget as on date, actual what has been expenditure, estimate to completed, estimated percentage of completion, variation, and all these things has to be mentioned in the control estimate. Labor strength, it will be labor strength has to be mentioned, budgeted, actual, variance, and all these things has to be say that. And apart from that, what will be the productivity of every person's things has to be identified. Labor statement, it has to be budgeted, variances, all these things has to be come in the labor statement. Then we had a machinery statement. What are the machineries been available, what we are budgeted, what actually their variations, and everything has to be clearly mentioned in the monthly machinery report. Staff strength, what are the staff strength is been available at site, what is the budget, the time of tendering we consider, what actually is happening, what are the variations, and everything has to be clearly identified. Revenue achieved, so this will be saving every month, what we plan, what we build, what will be the variation, cumulative plan, cumulative build, cumulative variation, and with consist of remarks. Same way revenue projection, okay, what will be we are doing every month, it has to be identified. Outstanding dues, it should consist of what is the bill we raised, what is the amount we received, what is the outstanding, all these things has to be clearly mentioned in this statement. Safety record, what is the safety, what has been achieved, what is the accident has happened, what will be if there is how much labor saved, and etc., etc. All this detail has to be safety record. Then we had a reconciliation statement for a cement and everything, whatever the client supplied, total received, total invoice, work in progress, scrap, physical at site, wastages, recovered by a client, allowable wastages, and all these remarks, including the value, has to be mentioned. Quality record, quality, it is to be prepared by the project manager, okay, is it excellent, good, what not, and all these things has to be mentioned in this statement. Project rating, according to the project manager, what will be the rating has to be say, quality of the work, progress of the work, safety at site, coordination, cash flow, resources utilization, profit margin, relation with the client, etc. Thank you for watching this presentation. Kindly subscribe, like, and share, which will motivate me for a further good presentation. In case of any queries, do not hesitate to write to me. The response shall be at the earliest. You can contact me at civilconclave@gmail.com or at my Telegram group, Civil Conclave Telegram group. The link has been provided as below. Thank you for watching.